The things that I got from this town-wide sale was absolutely crazy. This was definitely the best weekend I've ever had by myself, and probably a top 15 or top 20 weekend of any of mine and Andrew's scores as well.
Welcome back to another episode of Flippin' Thrift. My name is Andrew, one half of the Flippin' Thrift team, and this video is going to be a little different. So, this entire weekend, me and Derek have been away from each other. I'm still down here in North Carolina. Derek's up in New Hampshire this weekend, but we didn't let that stop us from sourcing. And we got some really cool stuff. So, this video is going to be a lot of clips of things that me and Derek have found this weekend, and we found some killer scores from yard sales and even consignment sales, one of the ones I hit this weekend. So I'm here right now at Derek's doing our packing for this week. We had crazy amount of sales this weekend, so we're trying to get all those things out. So never stops here at Flippin' Thrift. So check out this video and the cool scores we got about miles and miles away from each other. So check it out. I just hit a yard sale right there, like in front of a business, and I know I usually say no to Barbies. They have American Barbie and English Barbie. Go for it. Paid $5 each. Go for about 40 to 45 each. So, who knew? Alright, so at this pawn shop, definitely an unassuming pawn shop that I didn't think was maybe gonna have anything. Went in looking for video games, and found behind the counter these sealed NBA hoops, 1991, 1992 pack. So completely sealed. I asked how much, they didn't have anything priced. And got this one. So also 1991, 1992, this is series 2. So if you know, cards sell, but sealed packs do pretty well. So but they were asking 25 each. We settled on, I offered 40. We settled on 45. They should be getting us around, this one has sold for $80 to $100, and then this one sells for about 40 to 50. It was a kids consignment sale. This was a good stop, definitely bigger than I even thought. As you see in the video, huge big bag of 90s toys. Obviously this guy, he is a street shark. He was obviously the guy I saw first, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting this bag. He sold already in one day for $25, which pays for the entire bag, so not so bad at that. It had 4 G.I. Joe figures, actually no, 6 G.I. Joe figures, so we'll lot them up. They're not crazy money by themselves, about $10 each, so lot them up, ask about 40 to 50 for the whole lot of 6 of them, and they should sell pretty quick. But I don't want to go through the whole bag, but it definitely some cool 90s things. But just want to highlight this guy too. So this is Mutt, I believe, and he is LJN 1988. He's actually from the Thundercats line of toys, and he is listed for us right now because of his soul comps, which are $90 for this guy. So really cool bolo to look out for. This guy, he kind of looks like the guy from Ghostbusters.
Okay, who brought the dog?
So, huge BOLO, paid $25 for the whole bag and got some really cool items. Definitely one of the biggest finds of the week has been these 90s hip-hop cassettes. Just some crazy money. I knew cassettes were good, but I thought some cassettes could sell for like 20, 30 bucks. These are definitely the biggest priced cassettes I have ever seen, ever. So, not saying that's the biggest ever they can be, but for me, this is the biggest ones I've ever found. So, some of these are 15 to 20. This has already sold. This has already sold. This sold for 40. This one sold for 15 already. All of these are already sold in our store. This is 15 to 20. This one sold for 15. This is a $100 cassette. We have it posted for $99.95. Sold comps are $90 to $100 on this Notorious B.I.G. Really cool. This one sold for $40, literally an hour after posting it. This one sold for $10. This one sold for $20 already. Again, if I say sold, that means they have already sold in our store. This one sold for $20 already. This one sold for $50 already. Enter the Wu-Tang. If this was sealed, this cassette is $1,000. Crazy. And of course, the biggest one right now is Chef Raekwon. Only built for Cuban links. This is a purple cassette. You can see. It's really cool. This has sold comps for $200 to $400, this little cassette. So, I think I paid 50 cents each for these cassettes, and they should bring over $700 in profit, which is crazy. So, don't sleep on cassettes.
Also, this last week, I was up in New Hampshire visiting some family, and everyone was talking about this townwide yard sale that was happening right up the street. I wasn't even planning on hitting many yard sales, but when I heard there was a townwide sale, I've never done one before. They don't have those in North Carolina, and I just knew I had to take advantage while I was out. The things that I got from this townwide sale was absolutely crazy. This was definitely the best weekend I've ever had by myself, and probably a top 15 or top 20 weekend of any of mine and Andrew's scores as well. So we're gonna dive into it and see what else I got. So first up, I picked up these two thermoses. I paid 15 for the both of them. I think this one's like 30, 40 bucks, and this one's like 20 or 30. So not a terrible flip. And then I picked up this old Chevrolet radio, paid $1 for it. There's sold comps for like 60. It's not selling like crazy, but definitely a solid flip, even if it sits for a while. This is a Cobra CB radio. It's still in the box. I don't think it's ever been used. If so, it was used very lightly. I paid $75 for this. This sells, it sold a few times, open box for $300. Now, 75 into 300 is good, but there was another one in the box. And pre-owned, these sell for like $150 to $250, depending on condition, for a while. I think one of the best scores was I went to this estate sale, and right up the street, I went to this estate sale to look for some box video games that they had there. They were already sold, but there was a yard sale that was happening right up the street. So I went over to this yard sale after this estate sale, and I found this stuff. So they had a Nintendo Wii, and they didn't even have it out. So they had a Nintendo Wii there. but they didn't even have it out. I just asked them if they had video games. Guys, if you go to yard sales, always just ask. Video games, cameras, whatever your niche might be. So I asked if you had video games, because those are what we sell normally. So they brought out a Wii, 2 Wiis actually, and a whole stack of games. So there's like killer games in there, Mario Party, or not killer, but great for like bundling, or you can sell them separately. There's some other Mario Karts in there, and they did have the cases for them. And I was expecting like, okay, these could be games that we sell for $20 or we bundle with the Wii. Until I found, oh wait, I'll show you the case. Mario Kart Wii. Guys, I always look for GameCube games. I never find them. And I think this is my first GameCube game I've ever found at a yard sale. So I was super stoked for that. Also, apparently, this game is worth money. This is worth like $50 and this was in there. So I'll probably bundle one of these guitars and we'll probably get $100 for it. So now, for the whole bundle, I haven't even said that, I paid $80 for the whole bundle of Wii stuff, which was absolutely crazy because I'm probably going to make it back on Mario Kart alone. I picked up was this Wii Sports at a yard sale, and why I'm even showing you this is because it's sealed. Normally, this is like $20-25. This is $40 sealed. I also picked up this Fitbit for $5. This is a Versa 2, I believe. And this sells for around like $50-60. So another great score.
Just real quick, one of my last big scores of the weekend was literally at 2 o'clock on Saturday. So literally just kept looking for yard sales. Around here, they pretty much wrap up around 11 to 12 o'clock. But sometimes you can get people who are still sitting outside at 2 or 3 o'clock. They probably just don't want to put their stuff away yet. And sometimes you can find killer scores. So, went to this yard sale. They literally had everything still out at 2 o'clock. And walked around a little bit, and then they asked me the question, which a lot of people ask me is, oh, what are you looking for? And usually 9 times out of 10, you say video games, action figures, vinyl records, toys, vintage t-shirts, all those kind of things. And they usually say, oh, those are the only things we don't have. But today, for some reason, I said Nascar t-shirts, which I don't usually say. I should start. And they said, actually, that's exactly what we have. We didn't put them out today because it was a little wet this morning and we forgot to bring them out later in the day. So we might have something that you really want. And they did. So they came out with all dead stock, still new with tags, Nascar t-shirts. So all Dale Earnhardt and one Dale Earnhardt Jr. They are all new with tags. And then 3 hats. So paid $110 for all of them, which is a lot more than I usually like to spend. So about $10 an item is what they kind of went by. But I think even quickly to sell them, I could get $30 each for every single one of them, and probably even more. So $30 each, that will get us over $300, over $200 in profit. So awesome score. And if that doesn't tell you, if that doesn't prove to you to ask. You never know. And just because it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and they've been out since probably 6 or 7 in the morning, sometimes they haven't put out the good stuff still, or no one has come by and asked for something that you want. So killer score for that. All dead stock Dale Earnhardt. Definitely what you look for. Thank you guys for checking out another episode of Flippin' Thrift. If you made it this far in this video, we really appreciate it. And if you can, hit that like button, comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. Really helps us out. We're so close to 500 subscribers, which is crazy to even think about. We will be doing a big giveaway once we hit that total. So again, thank you guys for supporting us and watching this video. And I hope we've got some things that you guys can learn from and some definite BOLOs that you can find at your thrift stores and yard sales and estate sales. So comment down below a good score that you had this week. We love hearing what you guys find. So again, Thank you guys, and we will see you next week on Flip and Thrift.